I was made redundant at the beginning of 2024 due to not having the correct certifications after relocating to Australia. Hello sailors, Marcus here and welcome back to the SeaCV Resumes channel. For this video I will be sharing how I was made redundant for a role and what I did to turn it into a positive experience. And now without further ado, let's sail into it. It all started when I came from the UK to Australia at the end of 2023, as I was travelling on a working holiday visa. This visa enabled me to undergo work for a temporary period while being in Australia. One of the first jobs I applied to were based on charter yachts within Sydney Harbour. As I already had a maritime background in being a small ferry skipper and marina worker, I originally secured a position as skipper. It was exciting to know that I had found my first employment working abroad. I found out that I was going to be working on charter boats in December of 2023. At the time I had my RYA day skipper that was commercially endorsed, along with my other essential documents, STCW and ENG1 medical for working on vessels. The interview was smooth and I was able to demonstrate my previous experience being a skipper, undergoing passenger management and dealing with tricky situations. As I performed so well in the interview, I was able to secure the skipper position for working on charter boat catamarans. After accepting the offer, I relocated to a different part of Sydney so that I could be closer to where the job took place. At the time, I was living in various hostels and hotels, so I was glad to find a place of my own. This is where I thought things were going to get better, or so I thought. When it came to my first shifts, I had to work as a deckhand so I could get to know the vessels I would be working on and see how the charter operations ran. This was fine by me as I needed the familiarization. To begin with, it was a success and I was adapting to the routine on board as well as the vessel management. After a week of joining, I was working with a new skipper who asked me about the validity of my qualifications. My impressions at the time were that my certificates were valid for use. However, I would soon learn that this would not be the case. If you are enjoying this video and story so far, then be sure to leave a like and sail into that subscribe button so I can create more content like this for you. Thank you so much for the support. The evening after the shift with the new skipper, I received a call from my boss asking me about my certificates again. Throughout the conversation, I was questioned about whether my certificates were endorsed by AMSA, Australian Maritime Safety Authority, and that I needed to check as soon as possible. This was the first time hearing about AMSA, so I gave them a ring to inquire about what I had. It turned out that my certificates were not valid for working on Australian flagged vessels as skipper and were not the correct ones to be endorsed by AMSA. So, what happened next? I had to explain to my boss of the news. Despite the major setback, I was allowed to stay on as deckhand and work through the holiday and New Year's season. In the meantime, I had to start researching about AMSA endorsements and how to get them. I did not know about AMSA before arriving in Australia. I was set to do my RYA Yachtmaster Offshore course in the next couple of months and saw that AMSA would be able to endorse it to become the Sailing Master 24 offshore near coastal. To this day, I am very grateful that my boss let me stay on as deckhand, as it enabled me to gain some experience working on charter vessels. I continued to work on charter yachts until the end of January. When the company needed a licensed skipper, I had to step aside so that they could fulfill the new role. This was the first time I had left a job where it was not my decision to go, so I knew I had to adapt to a new routine and find my way back. By this point, it was February of 2024, and despite the setback of being out of work, I knew that this was no time for being depressed or trying to blame myself. Instead, I set out to study for my RYA Yachtmaster Offshore and utilised the deckhand skills from my previous role to help myself become a better crew member and trainee skipper. In brief, I went on to do skippered passages up the Australian east coast and pass my Yachtmaster exam. I was also able to endorse my RYA Powerboat Level 2 through AMSA so it could become the Coxswain Grade 3. What did I do to turn the redundancy incident into a positive? After the Yachtmaster course, I was able to fully reflect on how far I had come from being made redundant. Instead of letting it get to me, I used the energy to enhance my studies, utilise practical skills, and be more knowledgeable of the Sydney Harbour area and be an overall better version of myself as I was reaching new heights and pushing myself further. The biggest positive was being able to pass the Yachtmaster exam and have a strong foundation for future maritime qualifications. I endorsed my Yachtmaster to become the Sailing Master 24 offshore near coastal. To conclude, I am very grateful for the opportunity that the yacht charter company gave me, as it gave me a head start into what it is like to work and sail on Sydney Harbour, where I spent most of the time doing sailing exercises. Having the experience of serving paying guests, being based on sailing catamarans, and working alongside a professional skipper is certainly worth the knowledge. Following the Yachtmaster course, at the beginning of May 2024, I was able to find new employment working as an oyster farm coxswain, another awesome experience to be discussed. This experience helped me to enhance my skippering and sailing skills, which I know will prove useful going forward. If you are also looking to enhance your maritime skills, resume or application, I can help you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, which I will link in the description below. You can contact me via email, address in my channel information. For a limited time, you can also book a free Setting Your Course strategy call for face-to-face discussion, link also in my description for times and dates. Leave a comment below if this story provided you some positive insights on recovering from a job loss. If you did find this video to be of use, then feel free to leave a like and sail into that subscribe button for more content like this. At the time of this video, I wish everybody happy holidays, and until next time, stay safe and sail smart.